House in Baltimore, and mean football and bowls and the Ravens on Monday night, certainly on the hardwoods all over the local area. We're playing basketball right now. We are proudly partnering with Coppin State University to provide your home for ladies Eagles and Eagles basketball all winter long. You can learn more at CoppinStateSports.com. Right now, we're going to visit with the head coach of the Lady Eagles, who just got off the road from Charleston, South Carolina, but they never get off the road. They're headed out to the Bay Area this weekend to take on Mizzou, as well as Cal, and DeWayne Burroughs joins us again after, an interesting week, right? You've taken a team on the road down to Texas, played a couple of big schools, came back home, beat Mount St. Mary's. It's been quite a mix of competition for the Lady Eagles, correct, DeWayne?
Yeah, definitely a mixture. And like I said, our kids, they appreciate it. It's good for them, and it's a growing process, and they're growing up pretty fast, which is good because we have a very young team. Well,
you talk about that. You say young team. You've had a couple of standouts here so far, but you've got someone there doing sort of legendary things against the history of your program, correct?
Yeah, Genesis Lucas is playing extremely well for us right now. She's our team leader, and she's averaging, I'm going to say, a little over 20 points a game at this point, and she's just doing whatever we need her to do to be successful.
For you, with this travel coming up this weekend out to the Bay Area, some thoughts about taking your team out there. You've tested yourself against Baylor, obviously one of the top 10 teams, maybe top 5 team in the country. And, you learn a little bit there, but the mix of this competition, but I would think the traveling and bringing kids together, that's what this is about, and team building at this point in the year to get ready for MEAC play.
Definitely team building. We sit down and have dinner a lot every night with each other. We're on the bus together. It's a good time, and it's bringing us together as one unit. And, they're looking to depend on each other and support each other, which you really look forward to in your team at this time of the year, just coming together as one.
Yeah, I know you've been there a couple of years, and, Genesis predates you, and some of your recruits have come through, but certainly to see Chance Graham playing this well early on, this is probably right where you want her to be, right?
You know what? It really is. Chance is playing well as well. She's getting a lot of rebounds and scoring the ball. She's actually more advanced at this point than I thought she would be. One thing we work with Chance is being consistent night in and night out.
For you guys with scouting this weekend into the tournament, into Missouri, I guess you got a couple of days to do that off the backside of the Charleston Southern game. Some thoughts about your play on down at Charleston Southern on Monday night?
Not bad. Charleston Southern, they shot the ball extremely well. They were home, and they felt real comfortable. I'm going to say they shot almost 60%. We didn't shoot bad or play bad at all either. They were just making bigger shots than we did the other night. So, it was a very good game, back and forth, and then finally they pulled their way down the stretch because they just consistently kept making shots when they needed to.
Well, I know you got a little bit of home cooking there, very quickly on Saturday afternoon. We had your game on as well. Nice to get your girls back in the gym because it's going to be a little while. You're still a month out on your next home game, right?
Yeah, a month out. We got Maryland on December 20th. But like I said, it's time for us to grow. We have to grow. And I like to say freshmen need to be sophomores by the end of December. Well, so when we go into conference play, they have the experience under their belt, and they're ready to rock and roll with the MEAC.
What about scouting out on Missouri? You get a couple of days to do that and a long plane ride out there for the Friday afternoon game.
Yeah, well, my sisters, they've already started scouting Missouri, so we're getting prepared for them, but we had to, take care of Charleston Southern first before we can get to Missouri. And if you figure we got to look for Cal and Manhattan, so we got to see what all three of those teams are doing to prepare for this weekend.
Coach, always a pleasure to visit with you. We'll be broadcasting a bunch of the Ladies Eagles games this year. He is DeWayne Burroughs. You can follow them out on Twitter as well as at CoppinStateSports.com. Good luck this weekend out in the Bay Area, DeWayne.
Thank you. I appreciate it.